Right now, your cat is quietly deciding who deserves their trust, not by counting who buys the most toys or who fills the food bowl, but by noticing hundreds of tiny details that most people completely overlook. That's why the person trying hardest to win a cat's affection isn't always the one they choose. So, what invisible rules are they following? Today, we're uncovering the silent process every cat goes through before choosing their favorite human. And by the end of this video, you'll probably know exactly where you stand. Number 1, before your cat loves you, they watch you. Most people think a cat suddenly decides, "You're my favorite person," but that's almost never how it happens. Cats don't rush into relationships. They investigate them. Long before your cat curls up beside you or starts following you around the house, they've already been quietly collecting information. Every ordinary moment becomes another clue. They notice who walks calmly through the house and who stomps from room to room. They notice who speaks with the same gentle voice every day and who suddenly gets loud during a phone call. Even the way you open doors, move furniture, or react to unexpected noises becomes part of the picture they're building. Why? Because cats are always asking one simple question. Does this person make my world feel predictable? For us, predictability sounds boring. For a cat, it feels safe. Imagine living with someone who behaved completely differently every day. One moment they're calm, the next they're loud, and without warning, they decide to pick you up. You'd probably spend a while figuring them out before fully relaxing around them. Your cat is doing exactly the same thing. The funny part is that many owners try very hard to impress their cats with expensive toys or endless attention, while the thing their cat values most is simply knowing what to expect. To your cat, consistency isn't boring, it's comforting. And once your cat decides you're safe to be around, they quietly move on to another test that catches many loving owners by surprise. Number 2, your cat is watching how you handle no. Let's be honest, almost every cat owner has been guilty of this. Your cat jumps onto the couch, settles beside you, and you start stroking their head. Everything is going perfectly until your cat stands up and walks away. Our first instinct? Come back, just one more cuddle. Or maybe we gently pick them up before they get too far. It feels like love. To your cat, it feels like their opinion didn't matter. Cats communicate with body language long before they ever meow. A tail that starts flicking, ears turning sideways, a body leaning away, or simply walking off. Those are polite little ways of saying, "I'm done for now." Here's what makes this so interesting. Your cat isn't only telling you they've had enough, they're also paying attention to what you do next. If you keep following them, they learn they have to protect their personal space. But if you simply let them leave, something unexpected happens. Your cat realizes they don't need to defend themselves around you. Ironically, that's often when they come wandering back a few minutes later, as if the meeting was their idea all along. If that sounds familiar, you're definitely not alone. Cats have a funny way of making us believe everything happens on their schedule, because, honestly, it usually does. The less pressure your cat feels, the more comfortable they become choosing your company on their own. Real trust isn't built by holding on tighter. It's built by giving someone the freedom to leave, knowing they'll feel safe enough to come back. And after your cat learns you'll respect their boundaries, they begin paying attention to something that's almost impossible to pretend: the emotional atmosphere you bring into every room. Number 3, your cat can feel the mood before you speak. Have you ever noticed your cat disappearing the moment the house gets noisy, then quietly returning once everything settles down? That isn't a coincidence. Cats are incredibly good at reading the emotional atmosphere around them. Long before you say a single word, they've already noticed your footsteps, your movements, and the way you carry yourself. To a cat, someone rushing through the house feels very different from someone moving calmly from room to room. It doesn't mean your cat expects you to be perfectly relaxed every day. Life happens. Bad days happen. What matters is that your emotions don't become unpredictable. Over time, your cat begins to recognize a familiar rhythm. They learn, this person gets excited sometimes, but I've never had to worry around them. That's why many cats naturally drift toward the calmest person in the family. Not because they're the most entertaining, not because they're home the longest, but because they make the whole room feel peaceful. And for an animal that's always aware of potential danger, peace is incredibly attractive. But feeling safe around someone is only half the story. Eventually, your cat starts looking for something even more meaningful. Number 4. The day you stop being the human. There comes a point when something quietly changes. You stop being the giant who happens to live in the house, and you start feeling like part of home. Think about the times your cat chooses to sleep beside you. You're probably not doing anything exciting. Maybe you're reading, watching television, working on your laptop, or folding laundry while your cat supervises from a safe distance. Because apparently, your folding technique requires professional feline inspection. Your cat isn't asking for treats. They aren't asking you to play. They're simply choosing to be near you. That choice says purrs than most people realize. Sleep is when cats are most vulnerable. If your cat regularly falls asleep beside you, they've already decided your presence is safer than staying alert. That's an incredible compliment, because to your cat, home isn't just a place. Home is where they can finally stop worrying. And once your cat starts seeing you that way, one of the biggest myths about feline affection suddenly falls apart. Number 5. Why food isn't the whole story. By now, you might have noticed something interesting. We haven't talked much about food. And that's because food, surprisingly, isn't where a cat chooses their favorite person. Yes, your cat knows exactly who fills the food bowl. They probably know what time dinner is better than you do. And if they hear a bag of treats opening from the other side of the house, somehow, they're already there. But excitement isn't the same as trust. If food alone decided everything, every cat would automatically choose whoever fed them. Yet, plenty of families have watched their cat walk straight past the person holding dinner, only to curl up beside someone quietly reading on the couch. Why? Because food satisfies hunger. Trust satisfies something much deeper. It answers the question your cat has been asking since the day they met you. Do I feel safe with this person? Once that answer becomes yes, you'll start noticing little changes. Your cat slowly blinks when they look at you. They choose to nap nearby, even when nothing interesting is happening. Sometimes they follow you from room to room without asking for food, toys, or attention. They're simply choosing your company. Those quiet little moments aren't random habits. They're the result of hundreds of tiny decisions your cat has already made. Without saying a word, they've decided you're someone worth trusting. And that's how favorite people are chosen. So, how does a cat choose their favorite person? Not through one grand gesture. Not because someone bought the fanciest bed or the most expensive treats, and certainly not overnight. It happens one ordinary moment at a time. A calm voice, gentle footsteps, a respected boundary, a peaceful home. Each moment may seem too small to matter, but together, they become something every cat is searching for, a person who makes the world feel safe. So, if your cat already follows you from room to room, falls asleep beside you, or quietly slow blinks when your eyes meet, take a second to appreciate what those little moments really mean. Because your cat isn't just saying, I like being around you. They're saying, I trust you. And for a cat, there may be no greater compliment than that. Before you go, we'd love to hear about your own cat. Who did they choose as their favorite person? And what was the moment that made you realize it? Share your story in the comments. We always love reading them. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing and joining our little community of cat lovers. Every week, we explore the fascinating world of feline behavior and the small moments that bring people and cats closer together. And if you'd like to know whether your cat is truly happy and thriving in your home, click the video on your screen. 8 signs your cat is well cared for. It reveals the subtle behaviors that show your cat isn't just living with you. They're genuinely content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.